It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. We're bringing you the Chicago Bulls out at United Center as they'll face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you. I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off, coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to the New York Knicks. And that's one they'd like to have back. A little more focus would have been enough. Just a 4-point loss.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and that makes it hard to win.
And it's Chicago to start out. Murray with it, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, easy breezy out there with Whiteside. Then there's Doncic, and there's Kemba Walker. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. And you think about the game of Karl Anthony Towns, the versatility, Clark. The versatility just leaps out at you.
Well, he's a man of his times, Kevin, when you talk about his game. I mean, that's where the game is now. And that's always been his ambition, to be as complete a player as possible. And at his size, he shoots it deep, he can post you up. And as he gets better as a passer, he's going to be harder to guard.
Here's easy breezy, defended by Durant. Kicks it to Walker. Pass to Whiteside. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Doncic. Over Levine. Doncic, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the rejection by Towns.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Over in the corner, Doncic. Pass to Whiteside. Walker surveying the floor. Here's Easy Breezy. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Magic.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Towns kicks to Doncic and stolen by Murray. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. LaVine with the ball. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Tell you what, this is a guy who's really improved his mid-range game. I mean, LaVine working hard to become an all-around threat.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
And you have to think that they'll know just how much is at stake in these meetings.
Here's Doncic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
I briefly spoke with Jim Boylan. He said that interior presence is #1 on their list defensively. He told me that they have to make it difficult inside and close out the passing lanes to prevent easy looks in the paint. We'll see if that works for him, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Murray. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Murray with it. He's picked up by Doncic. No good from Durant.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
To the middle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And at this point of the season, Clark, we can see which teams have the better depth, the better bench. If you would talk about the importance of having a strong bench over the long haul.
For contending teams, I think it's a difference maker because it allows you to work through the length of the season in a more measured way, which gives your key players rest. You spread out the minutes over more players, so that tends to lend itself to freshness as you get ready for the playoffs. I don't know if you can overstate the value of a quality bench when you're a team that's expected to make a deep run in the playoffs.
In town, drops them both.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. He kicks to Markkanen. The pass to Carter. Trying to find Murray, and he gets it to him. And that one is good.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Towns. 11 points for him in that last game against New York.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line. Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Doncic, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Doncic has got his first 2 points of the night.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Markkanen kicks to Carter. It's Durant on the wing. Puts it up from 17, and it's Chicago scoring again.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
Walker the pass to Easy Breezy. Right side the bounce pass. Here's Towns. Misses off the right iron. For Chicago, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Murray kicks to Markkanen. Now here is Carter. He's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando. Outside, LaVine. Just 5 to shoot. Carter, the pass to Durant. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Walker against Murray. Outside, Towns. Kicks it to Whiteside. Pass to Easy Breezy. The three. They grabbed their own miss. Whiteside, good.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now, here's Markkanen. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Count that bucket. Murray's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he hit his teammate in the perfect spot. Led him easily to the bucket. That's what you call a room service assist.
Walker against Murray. To the paint. Here's Towns. And he converts the layup.
Boy, he can really punish you inside. I mean, Towns has the size and the move, which make him hard to handle in and around the paint.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for DeJounte Murray. Timberwolves on defense. Here's Durant. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. Durant's got 6.
Kevin, I like what LaVine showed there, not getting so locked in to his own offense. Keeps his head up, finds the open man.
Now, here's Doncic. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Walker finds Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Over Carter, and again it's Minnesota converting.
Well, I like that sweet-looking shooting stroke that Towns has. So polished and efficient. His mid-range J on the money.
Outside Durant. And the rejection by Towns. Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Doncic kicks to Walker. Pass to Towns. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. You look at Boston. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And checking out Chicago, 8 games out.
And looking at Chicago, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Now here's LaVine following the shot by Kevin Durant. And that one, good. Carter's got his first points of the night.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Whiteside kicks to Doncic. Minnesota again turning it over.
And taking a look at some numbers for Durant. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's putting up about 21 points per, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library, he lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Outside, LaVine. Pass to Durant. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
That savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. 8 points for Kevin Durant.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Carter against Towns. There's the dish to Whiteside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
You know, guys, you got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
He misses the free throw. We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if you're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got three-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
Chicago calls timeout.
Looking at the Timberwolves, let's see where they rank in the NBA statistics right now.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. 3-point lead. Down low. Here's Durant. That's good. And it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got 4 assists in the game.
He's been on the roll this quarter, really leading the way for his team right now.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The pass to Easy Breezy. Right side with it. Towns down low. Harder on him. And Towns gets it to go.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm. High percentage quality shots and really getting whatever he wants.
LaVine against Walker. LaVine kicks it to Bazemore. Carter outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's LaVine. That shot is off. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Pass to Walker. Passes it to Whiteside. He kicks it to Doncic. Here's Towns. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Back to Walker. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Not just a jump shooter, Walker also pretty athletic. And athletic enough to get inside and finish around the basket.
It's Durant on the wing. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Towns. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Textbook up fake there. Towns does a great job imitating his usual shot motion. Earns himself a trip to the line.
The Timberwolves been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one.
Boy, despite his youth, I love the attitude Towns has because it's infectious and he seems to have the attributes of a genuine leader.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the stripe.
And the dunk by Bazemore.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Jones, the pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Paige Diop. Kicks it to Towns. Over Robinson. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got 12 in the game.
Great night for Towns. Can hurt you from any spot on the floor.
Murray the pass to Robinson. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. It's tipped off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Brown, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Cloak loose. Here's Paige Diop. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Got a piece of it. And here's Bazemore. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Kevin, I like the defense there. I mean, they didn't make that easy, and he definitely seemed intimidated by the defenders.
Pass to Brown. And Bogdanovich kicks to Jones. Shot clock at 6. Brown. Some solid defense from Robinson. Chicago trailing here. 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Murray. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss for Minnesota. They've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. There's the pass to Bates Diop. Now Bogdanovich. Pass to Jones. Here's Bates Diop. He's covered by Murray. Pulls it from the elbow. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man, just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Bogdanovich. Jones is out there with Brown. And it's Bates Diop in at the power forward position. Passes it to Tice. Another shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And they are going where the going is good for them right now. The painted area, high percentage and high volume shots.
That free throw, no good. Clark, when you played, you were dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now has evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys or drives, and now with the three-point line, the shooting has become a premium, and it's really one of the great elements of the game for me, and I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, haven't they?
Yeah, great point.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Out left to the wing. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season. The Timberwolves second.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Jones looking for an opening. Brown the pass to Bates. Diop. 13 feet away. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Robinson kicks to Tice. Outside, Levine. Back to Tice. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Not really his range, and it's off target. Minnesota leading by 5 to the paint. Okogie, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Al Levine, a 23-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Tries a 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Timberwolves have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. To the inside. Brown with it. Robinson picks him up. Poked away. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Saturday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And you know, for that Pelicans game, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team. Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Chicago calls timeout. And Bogdan Bogdanovich, Greg, a highly decorated player internationally. Multiple silver medals with the Serbian national team, a EuroLeague champion back in 2017.
I mean, he's a talented player, very skilled, and at 6'6" can play either guard spot. Great shooter. I think he's one to watch.
Here's Tice. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Knocked loose. And here's the fast break. Finishes the break with a slam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Levine with it. Jones covering. They get the rebound. And it's good for 2. Robinson's got his first 2 points.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Minnesota.
Levine against Jones. Bogdanovich with it. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. It's rebounded by Tice. Bulls trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So we'll see Zach LaVine go to the line here. It's going to go on Tyus Jones. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Minnesota?
They've been very good in the low post. I'm sure they'll be looking to continue that as the game wears on.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota.
You know, not a guy you want to send to the foul line. LaVine, one of the best in this league for his age.
Doncic kicks to Walker. Towns against Markkanen. Towns dishes to Whiteside. That shot off. Bulls trail by 7. Now here's Murray. And the jam by Levine.
Can you believe it? I mean, not many guards can sail that high above the rim, and Levine makes it look easy.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Towns. He's got 12. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Towns has got 14 points.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Murray surveying the D. Durant against Whiteside. Durant, no good. Timberwolves leading by 7. Here's Doncic. He kicks to Whiteside. Walker with it. Out guarded by Murray. Here's Easy Breezy. Towns controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Markkanen. Drains the 19-footer.
And the quick trigger of Markkanen is impressive. He's got such a fluid release, too, especially on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Here's Easy Breezy. He's guarded by Markkanen. To the inside. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. It's rebounded by Doncic. Timberwolves have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Here's Easy Breezy. He's coming off a 19-point game against New York. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Bean with the rebound.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
Really, exactly. I mean, in what world is that a good shot? You tell me. I mean, he's got to feel bad and embarrassed about that one. No reason to take that shot.
Now, here's Doncic. Kicks to Whiteside. Now the pass to Easy Breezy. Out to the wing. Here's Towns. Another miss by Minnesota. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Bulls. Inside. Makes it off the glass.
A smart, decisive pass inside there. He really made it easy for his teammate.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Easy Breezy. To the wing right side. Towns with it. Now defended by Markkanen. And Towns gets it to go.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That one goes in.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Towns. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Towns finds Whiteside. Here's Easy Breezy. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Durant deciding where to go with it. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Durant finally captured that elusive first championship in 17 and the finals MVP trophy to boot. An effortless scorer who has also made great strides defensively.
First free throw is good, and the Bulls making a change here. Carter's checked in. Durant hits them both.
and working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Now here's Whiteside. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Easy Breezy. Shoots over Markkanen. Here's Towns. Goes up again. Carter with the block. They retain possession. Murray gets to Durant. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And Kemba Walker brings you so much production, but maybe even more important, Clark, are the intangibles he brings.
Yeah, I love the fact that this guy has tremendous heart, great confidence, competitive spirit. He's got a lot in his bag. All of that stuff is there, and his teammates feed off of his energy and resilience.
That's good from Kemba Walker.
You know, I think opponents have learned it the hard way. I mean, Walker is not a guy you want to put on the foul line. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Murray, the pass to Carter. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Durant against Whiteside. Five on the clock. Here's Murray in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Splendid release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
This is it to Easy Breezy. Markkanen against Whiteside. Here's Easy Breezy. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Outstanding vision, plus the height of Towns allows him to see over defenders.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Walker. Murray kicks to Markkanen. Inside. No good from Durant.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And here's a group of players that have really been showcasing their versatility recently. The leading three-point shooters among centers and power forwards over the last 10 games. Fifth is Lauri Markkanen.
And, you know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys like this, but the game has evolved. Versatility now is why we see so many bigs that can just flat out shoot it from anywhere.
And these guys are really incredible. I mean, on one trip, they give you points in the paint. On the next trip, they give you points behind the arc. Boy, talk about range and versatility in spades. You got it.
Both good from the line that time.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Now here's Murray. He had 10 points in the win against Orlando.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Now here's Doncic. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go. Carter against Towns. He dishes it to Whiteside. That one good for 2. Whiteside's got 7. 1:14 left here in the second. Bulls trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
It's Durant on the wing. He's covered by Whiteside. Now here's Durant. He's guarded closer.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Baseline try. It's all in by the Bulls. Carter's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
And the shot goes in. 16 points for him.
And deadly from pretty much anywhere on the court. Durant is a relentless scorer.
And Walker kicks to Whiteside. Now the pass to Easy Breezy. Towns score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Murray against Walker. 11 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Durant. Over Whiteside. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 18 points for Kevin Durant.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Karl Anthony Towns. An impressive first half and a nice start for you guys. How did that happen?
I mean, yeah, we had some great days of practice. You know, this is what happens when you got some days off.
Got the spring in your step again. Thanks, Karl Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 22 points, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
The versatility of Karl Anthony Towns, we saw it in the first half. Can beat you in the post, can beat you from long range. Then, on the other end, he's able to use his length to affect shots.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb, really firing up his team.
And Greg, you know, to have a really good defense, you need that rim protector back there, and this guy was an absolute beast during that half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And here's Walker. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Murray out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. You know, one of the things you see when you watch Kemba Walker and you think about is the evolution of his game. He, you know, came into the league as a guy with great athleticism, tremendous competitive spirit, but in today's game, your guards have to be able to stretch the floor. One shot.
And with Walker, Clark, even he knew he had to improve from distance, and he put in the work.
Yeah, you know, the hard work is admirable, but it's not a guarantee, Kevin. It just gives you a chance to perhaps get better. There are a number of guys, Rajon Rondo, Tony Allen, for example, that tried to improve their shooting range, but just never became consistent shooters from outside. Walker has, though, and it's put him into that upper echelon category of guards.
So it's Chicago now, a 12-point game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Durant hits them both. Now Walker. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Towns finds Walker. Here's Easy Breezy, pass to Whiteside. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. It's stolen by Carter.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
With 3, LaVine, good, and the assist goes to Murray. LaVine's got 10 points.
And I tell you what, LaVine has a nice stroke from distance. He's got excellent lift into his shot motion, and he's got that nice high arcing, soft, kind of butterfly touch.
Now here's Towns. Dishes it to Whiteside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for LaVine. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's right around 17 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And he makes both free throws. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Lobs it up for LaVine. Deflects the pass. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And the shot falls short this time. LaVine with it. He's picked up by Walker. LaVine against Walker. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And bringing the fight there. LaVine, fearless, creating contact for the potential +1.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, LaVine. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And Walker kicks to Doncic. Passes to Towns. Over Carter. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Doncic. And now 24 points for Karl Anthony Towns. LaVine passes to Markkanen. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Back to LaVine. Clock at 6. Outside Durant. And Durant gets double teamed. Shoots over Doncic. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Durant.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 8. Outside, Towns. He kicks it to Whiteside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Lauri Markkanen. And he can't get the first one. He's off on the second. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Baseline jumper. LaVine can't hit.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Doncic kicks to Walker. There's the pass to Towns. The dish to Whiteside. It's stolen by Carter. LaVine with it. 13 points in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really good to see Markkanen be aggressive inside, Kevin. He's excellent at drawing the attention of the defense and then forcing them to foul him.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
That free throw good from Markkanen.
Boy, in this day and age of how the game is played, Markkanen's skill set, hand and glove fit, superb at spacing the floor with his shooting stroke.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. So it's the Timberwolves now. They lead by 4. They can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. To the middle, stolen by Durant. To the inside. Here's Murray. Buries it down low. Murray's got 8 points.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. Number 1, the Bulls.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Easy breezy's got his second basket of the game.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Veen passes to Carter. Back to LaVine. Pulls up. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Walker finds Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around. Doncic, no good.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Now here's Murray. 8 points for him. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Here is Whiteside. Here's Towns. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Towns has got 4 this quarter.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, you know, Walker knows how to get to the line a few times per game. Actually, his aggressiveness and quickness with the ball, tough to match up against.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Boy, the points they've produced off their play in the post have been so valuable for them in this game, guys. I mean, it's been a huge part of what they're doing.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
And the first one at the line is good. So he makes both from the line. Wolves trail by 6. Murray right side. Durant dishes to Carter. And Durant gets double teamed. Here's Easy Breezy. He has 5. Doncic passes to Easy Breezy. Kicks it to Walker. Here's Easy Breezy. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Chicago grabs the miss. Carter's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Levine finds Durant. Here's Easy Breezy, defended by Durant. Stolen by Markkanen. Back to Levine. To the paint. Here's Durant. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 24 points for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Minnesota calls timeout. Both teams deciding to change it up. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Suns, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, there's Minnesota, 10 games behind.
And I think for Minnesota, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
Now here's Durant after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Dismissed, but they recover it. Levine with it, now guarded by Bogdanovic. Chicago again turning it over.
And here's Luka Doncic. Let's take a look at his numbers. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's putting up 13 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Connects from three-point range. Bates Diop's got 7.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
Levine kicks to Durant. Carter outside. Pass to Levine. Shoots the 3. That one doesn't drop. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And a wide open look for Walker. And some very quick points for him on that possession. And it's a 9-point Minnesota lead. Levine passes to Carter. Passes it to Bazemore. Here's Hutchison. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Latrey buries it from three-point range. He's got 5.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
And Walker kicks to Bogdanovic. And there's the pass to Towns. Here's Bates Diop. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here's Levine who brings it up for the Bulls. They trail by 6. Down low, and the jam by Levine.
Well, Levine has spent plenty of time at the point. This is a natural score, in my opinion, folks.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. And Walker kicks to Doncic. Pass to Towns. The kick out to Walker. And a miss there on the triple. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Back to Levine. Pass to Bazemore. Here's Hutchison. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Walker's shot is off.
And that's solid defense, rock solid, contesting without fouling. Well done.
Durant drawing the double team. Rebound, Minnesota.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Here's Bates-Diop. Minnesota gets it back with a new shot clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Showing determination inside. Towns absorbs the contact and gets the whistle.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
And he makes the first. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Bulls trail by 5. Passes it to Hutchison. Murray outside. Inside. Outside, Jones. Here's Bogdanovich. Towns trying to get open. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And for Tyus Jones, 3 gold medals playing for the U.S. national team throughout high school. He was Minnesota's Mr. Basket, national title Clark in his lone season at Duke. I mean, this kid's already got a lot of hardware.
Yeah, he's got a cabinet full of hardware, and I think he's got a chance to develop into a really solid point guard in this league. Again, just 1 year of college, very early in his career. You got to give him time because he's shown that he can be a winner at the levels he's played at prior to the NBA. And, you know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Here's Hutchison. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 6 to shoot. Murray for 3. It's hauled in by Bates-Diop. Timberwolves leading by 4. Bogdanovich looking around. He kicks to Jones. 1:21 left to play in the third.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is 1 hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Now here's Jones. .55 seconds left in the third. Here's Bates-Diop, and he uses the glass on the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Here's Murray after the basket by Minnesota. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip. So it's the Timberwolves now. Now here's Jones. Kicks to Bogdanovich. Timberwolves passing it around. The pass to Jones. To the inside. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Robinson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Murray. Here's Hutchison, defended by Jones. Puts it up. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And now just a 2-point Minnesota lead. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Timberwolves on top. They lead by a bucket. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Brown. Bogdanovich is out there with Jones. And it's Bates Diop in at the 4 spot. Now here's Bazemore. Wants to get it to Robinson and does. That ties it up. Robinson's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Chicago. And it's Jones with the ball for Minnesota. Pass to Bates Diop. To the paint and stolen by Bazemore. Pass to Levine. The Bulls keep it alive. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Both shots good from the stripe.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Jones, the pass to Brown. Jones in the post, guarded by Levine. Good.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Up and in from the low block. Levine's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, big guards with exceptional athleticism, you see why it's so in vogue, so much the end thing now. Levine thrives in the painted area.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Chicago leading. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Here's Bazemore. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Jones kicks to Bogdanovich. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Timberwolves lead by 1. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Up top, Bazemore. And here's Levine. Clock at 4. 3-pointer on the way. Tice kicks to Robinson. On the wing, Levine, defended by Jones. And it's Tice in the corner. And good. He nails it.
Boy, that's impressive. I mean, not often do you see shots like this find the net. Fortunately, the basket got in the way.
Levine against Jones. Outside, Bogdanovich. And another three for Minnesota.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
You know, Greg, I think that might have been intentional. Perhaps was not an accident because he's typically not the guy that's taking that shot at this stage of the game.
Here's Tice following the three by Minnesota. Now Bazemore buries it down low. Bazemore's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Okogie, he's covered by Bazemore, and there's the pass to Bates Diop. From 12 feet out, Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the middle.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
Man, I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Jones, the pass to Brown. Here's Bates Diop, guarded by Robinson. Second chance shot. Robinson with the block. He's covered by Bogdanovich. In the corner, it's Levine. Drills the three-pointer. Levine's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bulls.
You know, if you're guarding Levine, Kevin, you have to respect how quickly he can catch and elevate. I mean, this guy can bounce like he's on a trampoline.
And the Timberwolves call time.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He told them, now's when you turn it on. Leave them in the rearview mirror. I know we can put these guys away. We'll see if they can deliver.
Thank you, David. Shot's good by Walker.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Durant kicks to Markkanen. Pass to Carter. Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Walker with it. 3-pointer. It's all in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Murray against Walker. Markkanen dishes to Durant. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. They'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for the matchup with the Suns, it's never easy going up against the top team in the West. But if they're able to come away with the win, it's going to be a huge confidence booster.
Timberwolves trail to the inside. Whiteside, a beautiful reverse layup.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Here's Bazemore. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Here's Durant. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Durant's got 26.
Yeah, I just love how Durant finishes over contact, not allowing the D to contain it.
And Walker kicks to Doncic. Pass to Towns. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 29.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And, Greg, you know, that's never a bad idea to be the aggressor. I mean, what a ball game we've got going on here, guys.
Here's Easy Breezy, defended by Durant. And Walker kicks to Whiteside. The Timberwolves working the ball around. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Walker against Murray. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bulls.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And it's good, 2 points.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, fatigue really a factor. You can see the heavy legs, and that's why he was wide open on that shot. The defender just couldn't get to him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And so Bazemore nails both of them. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Minnesota. Passes it to Towns. Up again. Great positioning on the footpath. Whiteside's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl-Anthony Towns.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Here's Durant. Got it. Good job in the low post. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
And you know that's right. I mean, he's looking to put his stamp all over this game.
Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
Now here's Bazemore. Outside Durant. He feeds it to Markkanen. And Whiteside sends it back. They recover it. Murray the pass to Carter. The wing jumper off target.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Chicago's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And Durant gets double teamed. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Shot on the wing. Bullseye. Bazemore's got 9 points here in the second half.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Walker finds Whiteside. Now here's Doncic. He's covered by Bazemore. Here's Towns. Banked in off the glass. Towns has got 35.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Murray against Walker. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Now here's Towns. to the left side wing. Clock at 6. And the pass to Easy Breezy. And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
Markkanen, good.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Timberwolves trail by 4. And Walker kicks to Towns. And stolen by Murray. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
It's showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Walker the pass to Towns. Back to Walker. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And that's now 17 points for Kemba Walker.
That's why Walker is out here. I mean, he's got the ability to capitalize in big spots of the game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They lead by 4. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Levine's check in for the Bulls. 1:32 left to play here in the fourth. Durant with it. He's picked up by Walker. Wasted no time on that one. Markkanen's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls.
And Markkanen has a beautiful stroke. Superb at getting himself squared up. And then quick with the release. He fires it right away.
And Walker kicks to Towns. Over Carter. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Walker. 37 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Absolutely amazing, Kevin. This young man is so money. And his teammates absolutely love him. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
No problem knocking that one down. Murray's got 9 points here in the second half. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Towns. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Carter. Pass to Markkanen. Levine with it. He's covered by Whiteside. It's Durant on the wing. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Markkanen can't get it to go. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7-point differential. Easy breezy passes to Walker. That one wide left. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Markkanen can't get it to go. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
For 3, count it. And now they trail by just 4.
And, you know, that's exactly what you want from your point guard. Get the ball to the open guy on time and on target.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Tell you what, that's a clutch moment for him right there, delivering at a big time in this game.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 11 seconds left in the fourth. .11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Connects from downtown.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personnel. He comes up with the goods on that
one. Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shot.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game. Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Greg, one possession at a time, and really, as you said, it's all about clock management right now.
Towns, high post. Here's Walker with the 3. Missed. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Kevin Durant. It seems like even with some adversity thrown your way, you guys find a way.
Well, we're moving the basketball. You know, we're just relying on each other. And, you know, we're just believing in each other, man. No matter what, we just stick together.
It was very obvious that was the case. Thanks, KD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.